Hey, what's up everybody? Scott here with another video. Gonna take a break from football cards and kind of go into another portion of my collection, which involves Wisconsin Badgers hockey players. Wisconsin has a pretty good hockey program over the years and has produced quite a few household names in the NHL. This is not actually set on the registry yet, but I do have it as a showcase currently. I do hope to add it at some point as sort of like an all-time Wisconsin hockey set. So I'll go through what I have so far, and then I'll at the end I'll tell you also what I'm still looking for. So we'll start out with Ryan McDonough, 2010 SP Authentic Rookie for the New York Rangers. Have this in Mint 9. McDonough from St. Paul, Minnesota. Attended Cretin-Durham High School in Minnesota. He was named Mr. Hockey for Minnesota in 2007. And as many of you know, Minnesota is known as the state of hockey. So pretty high honors for Ryan McDonough. Was an all-star in the NHL for 2 seasons. He's actually the captain of the New York Rangers as well. He's a defenseman. Ryan McDonough. And then sticking with another defenseman from the University of Wisconsin, 99 SP Authentic Rookie Brian Rafalski. Have this in Mint 9 as well. Rafalski, born in Dearborn, Michigan, is a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, won it in 2000, 03, and 08, as well as a 2-time All-Star, and has actually been inducted into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame. Played for the Devils, also played for the Red Wings for many years. Was in the league from 1995 to 2013. And Brian Rafalski. Then going back a few years, for 86 O-Pee-Chee. O-Pee-Chee's kind of the hockey card of choice in the 70s and 80s. This is 86 O-Pee-Chee. I have this one in Mint 9 as well. Gary Suter. Pretty common name. You might hear that Suter name with some other players we'll talk about coming up. Gary Suter, another defenseman, born in Madison, Wisconsin, was Rookie of the Year in this 85-86 season for the Calgary Flames. Also played for the San Jose Sharks. Was a 5-time All-Star. And did win the Stanley Cup in the 88-89 season. Moving on from there, we have 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premium. O-Pee-Chee Premier, Curtis Joseph, also known as Cujo, played goalie. He did win the gold medal for Canada in 2002 Olympics. 3-time All-Star, played with the St. Louis Blues and the Toronto Maple Leafs is what he's most known for. Although he has played with a slew of other teams as well. He has the distinction of having the most wins of any goalie who has not won a Stanley Cup. I think it's like 450 or 480 wins or something like that. Curtis Joseph. Apparently his hockey masks, it doesn't show it on this one, but he actually has the mouth of a dog, Cujo, on his mask. Kind of goes with his name. Then moving on from there, we'll go to 1980 O-Pee-Chee, Mike Eaves, with the Minnesota North Stars here. Have this one in the grade of Mint 9. Mike Eaves, born in Denver, Colorado, was a center. What he's most known for is coaching the Wisconsin Badgers. He coached them for quite a few years in the mid-2000s to just last year he retired to make way for Tony Granato, who we'll talk about coming up. He did win the NCAA National Championship for Wisconsin in 05-06 as a head coach. Only really spent 4 seasons in the NHL. His total record while he was at Wisconsin as a coach was 267, 225, and 76. So he was a successful coach. Although the last couple of years were kind of going a little bit downhill, so that's why they made the move and went with Tony Granato. And we'll actually talk about him next. 1989 O-Pee-Chee, Tony Granato. Have this one in a grade of Gem Mint 10. Granato, born in Illinois, was a left wing. played in the NHL from 1988 to 2001. Apparently he led the Rangers in goal scoring his first year as a rookie. And hopefully he can turn the Badgers' hockey program around a little bit, as they've been on a slide the last couple of years. They're actually doing pretty well this year so far. I don't remember their record, but much better than the last 2 years. And then from there we'll go on to Mr. Chris Chelios in 84 OPG. Have this card in a grade of 10. This is probably the most valuable card of this hockey set. Typically this card goes for about $400 to $450 in a grade of a 10. He was a defenseman from Illinois. Captain of 3 different U.S. Olympic teams, played in 11 All-Star games, 2-time Stanley Cup champ, played in the league for a long time, 1983 to 2010. I was actually born in 83, so he just started then, and he just left the league in 2010. It's amazing to think he was in the league that long. So yeah, there's my Chris Chelios. Moving on from there, we've got Joe Pavelski. Might recognize that name. He's still playing right now. 06 Upper Deck Young Guns, grade of Gem Mint 10. As you get to the more modern cards, Young Guns are the rookie card of choice. Pavelski is from Plover, Wisconsin, not far at all from where I grew up in central Wisconsin. Played center and right wing. Did make the All-Star team last year in 2016. Been in the league since 06, still playing, of course. He was second in goals over the last 3 years, only to one person, Alex Ovechkin. So Pavelski has been on the rise over the last few years. Next, we've got 2010 Upper Deck Young Guns, Derek Stepan. Have that in a grade of a 10 as well. Stepan's from Hastings, Minnesota. He's a centerman. I went to Shattuck St. Mary's High School. And Derek Stepan. Then from there, we're going to go to another goalie, Brian Elliott. Have this card in a grade of a 10. Another Young Guns. From Ontario, 2-time All-Star. He's played in the league since 2006 to currently. And another grade of a 10. I don't usually pick up at one of these Young Guns unless it's in the grade of a 10. The 2011 Upper Deck Jake Gardner in a 10. He's with the Maple Leafs here. He is a defenseman from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here's another player y'all might recognize. 06 Upper Deck Ryan Suter, Young Guns, and they have that in a grade of a 10 as well. Suter, born in Madison, Wisconsin. We discussed Gary Suter earlier. This is actually Gary Suter would be Ryan Suter's uncle. Gary Suter, who played for the Calgary Flames. Ryan Suter is with the Nashville Predators here, but currently and has been over the last several years playing for the Minnesota Wild. 3-time All-Star. He's a defenseman. His dad actually was part of the Miracle on Ice 1980s Olympic team. So a lot of history with the Suter family. Definitely a hockey family. All right, then from there we'll go to 2013 Upper Deck Young Guns Justin Schultz. Schultz was from British Columbia, also a defenseman. He did win the Stanley Cup last year for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Have that in a grade of a 10. Again, for the Young Guns. And then we have Jake McCabe. Probably the most current Young Guns I have. This is one of those acetate, sparkly looking Young Guns. Have that in the grade of a 10. Jake McCabe's actually from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Defenseman. Currently plays for the Buffalo Sabres. Alright, then moving on from there. That's my last of the actual base rookie cards. Then I do have a couple of autographed SP Authentic rookies. We've got Blake Jeffrey on here. 2011 SP Authentic in a grade of a 10. Jeffrey, born in Florida, he actually won the Hobie Baker Award in 2009-2010 for the Badgers. He was the best U.S. collegiate player in hockey that year. Only played in the league for 3 years, however. He was in a game and he got checked and he suffered a depressed skull fracture. And thought about coming back, and then he just ended up deciding to retire. So he had a short-lived NHL career, but was a tremendous college player for Wisconsin. And then from there we'll go on to Kyle Turris. Have this in 08 SP Authentic and a grade of a 10 as well. Turris is from British Columbia, is a centerman. He's played in the league since 08 and plays for Ottawa. Although here I think he's with the Coyotes. Then a couple more SP Authentic cards of players I already talked about. Here we have Ryan Suter. Have that Future Watch card in the grade of a 10. And then also Brian Elliott, 07 SP Authentic. Have that in a grade of a 10 as well. And then the last card I have is kind of like a 6-way auto card with some really pretty. This is kind of like the who's who of Wisconsin players. At the top we got Cujo, Curtis Joseph. Then we got Chris Chelios. On the bottom, Danny Heatley, who's been a good goal scorer in the league. And on the back, we've got Ben Street, Kyle Turris, and Brendan Smith. All 6 of those players are from UW. So yeah, just thought I'd make kind of a different little video with some of the other stuff I collect. This is not as high dollar as some of the other stuff I'm doing, but this is kind of a cool little set I can kind of pick away at every now and again. It's kind of an inexpensive, fun set to do. Some other cards I have to go on the list is Sean Hill, Mark Johnson, who was on that Miracle on Ice hockey team as well. He currently coaches the University of Wisconsin women's team. And then Mike Richter, the goalie for the Rangers, need him. Need Kyle Turris' Young Guns. Also Ben Street's rookie card, Brendan Smith, Jack Skilly, Jamie McBain, Danny Heatley, Cody Golubeff, Tom Gilbert, Adam Burish, and Renee Bork. So not a ton of big names, but names that are kind of hard to find in already graded cards. On some of those I might just have to submit them myself and hopefully get a decent grade on them. So that's it for this video. Any questions or comments, don't feel free to leave them below. And with that, have a great night.